Hey, and welcome to level 5 in Goldeneye 007. This is Bunker 1. And as you'll find out in this level, this is a half-complete level, but that's by design. So we want to destroy that guard there because he will run straight away to trigger the alarm. Gotta be careful for that security camera there. If you stand in the line of sight of the cameras for too long, they will trigger. I'm just making sure we don't do that. James Bond has terrible sight. So there's a guard there. The guard with the black caps you want to be looking for because they actually have the security key cards. So there are two guards on this level with black security caps, which is good because we've just killed one of them. So we'll be needing this room to be clear imminently. So you can see this is still half built. They haven't completely finished building this area. That's just in the storyline, but we'll be coming back here obviously for the second version of this level a bit later on. So clearly, you know, we are not seeing like what this level has fully got to offer. What I am going to do is though wander down here because there are guards sort of stationed in the bedrock here, and sometimes they can be encouraged to kind of wander into the main level, so we just want to get rid of them. As we head here into the main area here, there are a bunch of guards around this room. You got to be careful because Boris is wandering around this area and the AI in this game is disgustingly bad. So there is every chance he will try to get in our line of sight. There you go, you can see him running up those steps there. That's kind of one of the reasons why I'm aiming my shots away from where I think he's ever going to be. But yes, this is the sort of nerve center, control center for Severnaya. Now what's interesting is that security camera can't actually see us through the glass. We have to destroy the glass. Once we've destroyed it, it can actually see us and set off the alarm if, you know, we're unlucky enough for that to happen. If you set off the alarm in this level, it does spawn endless waves of elite soldiers, which you really don't want to be dealing with. We've just picked up the Goldeneye key, and I'm going to fling that over there. I do love the camera here. It is shaped like a 007 logo. As you can see there, 007. So, you know, even in universe, Bond has to be stylized. So the last thing we've got to do here is get Boris to head over to the mainframe. Now the thing is, if you let him get out of sight of you here, he will run off into one of those cubby holes that we saw, so into the sort of bedrock areas. But yes, he does take a very small eternity to make his way into this mainframe center. So there are two objectives we've got to complete in this room here. The first is we've got to let him sort of access the mainframe, disable the security. I do kind of like the way that Boris looks in this game. It is quite faithful to the actor who played him in the movie, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Knockers is the password. So when he does that, it does set off the alarm. So this is a forced sort of moment. You need to use the data thief here. Make sure you do this. It's very easy to forget this. And then we can shoot Boris. So we can cause a bit of a paradox here. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to be running out of the level here. Now you've got to be careful for these elite soldiers. They will spawn into the level. They kind of come in little waves as well. So you've got to make sure that you get rid of them, because if too many of them show up in the level, they can be really problematic. Because So basically, elite soldiers in this game are really powerful, they have really good accuracy, and they basically have a ton of body armor on them. Look, I've unloaded like a full clip into him from 2 weapons there, and it just didn't make a difference. So they spawn up here and then run down. So we're just going to run out here. I just set the alarm off again, just in case they didn't hear me the first time. And that's us done with this level. To be honest, with the cheat here, you could easily get this. If you are a bit quicker than what I was, you could definitely get this without even trying on 00 Agent difficulty. It's not that difficult a level. But here's how we do the cheat. Basically, you've got to move fast. But you've also got to make sure that things kind of line up in the way you want them to. So here's the guard with the first security key card. Remember, we have to destroy all the security cameras. That is one of our objectives. So I'm doing this because they can't really shoot you through the staircase there. One of the quirks of Goldeneye on the N64 and on the modern consoles is that the guards are not able to really shoot you sort of off the edge of staircases. They have to be in front of you or have a line of sight on you, which means that you can take advantage of that on 00 Agent difficulty, which is kind of the reason I was shooting them through the staircase there, because I knew they weren't going to return fire. So while he's doing this, I'm just going to grab the data thief here. The main thing that'll slow you down in this level is Boris. Boris is so slow to come into this room. And you will need to do this on 00 Agent difficulty, so let's quickly do that. Cool. So what we're going to do, we're quickly going to go around this corner here, blow up that security camera. There is one final security camera we've got to deal with. You can see there 2 of these guys have spawned. So you can see this security camera is indeed here. There you go, we've destroyed the last one. So what we need to do, we've got to use the key analyzer here. We've got to copy the Goldeneye key. I mean, if we destroyed that, none of the movie would happen, but you know, can't really think like that, can we? So we're just going to escape here. And that's us getting the cheat. As mentioned, it's not a difficult level. I actually don't mind this one. I think it's not too long. I think it doesn't outstay its welcome. And to be honest, not having to sort of chaperone Natalia around is welcome, which is something we'll unfortunately have to do in the second visit to this level. It's a fine level, there's nothing too special about it, and it's not anything memorable to be honest, but people will remember Bunker because you get to see Boris, and it's one of the few times in the game you actually get to see him. But let me know what you thought of this sequence of levels. Do you like the fact that you come back here twice? Do you think that this is the better of the 2 versions of this level? Or do you think that the second time is better? Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.